Yesterday, I told you about the disastrous water crisis in Flint, Michigan. Republican Governor Rick Snyder there and his subordinates have declared a state of emergency after lead just filling up that Flint River water that is now being used as the water source in Flint, Michigan, an outbreak of Legionnaire's disease, corruption, etc. That's still going on, but we are in another U.S. city now having a lead in the water crisis. This one is in Ohio. It's been 2 months since the Ohio EPA first identified these high levels of lead in Sebring, Ohio's public water system. And despite the EPA's requirements that the public must be informed by the end of November, Sebring residents were only told of the contamination last week. And the EPA director from Ohio said, quote, "It has become apparent that our field office was too patient in dealing with the village of Sebring's cat and mouse game and should have had closer scrutiny on the water system meeting its deadlines." And yesterday, the state ordered the suspension of Sebring Water Superintendent James Bates. And this is just all an absolute disaster. There has now been a proper alert of heightened lead levels. Schools have been and will remain closed for the time being. Why is this happening, Lewis? Why are we seeing this happen time and again? And it seems to happen in red states, and it seems to happen, not surprisingly, in many more industrial type Rust Belt areas.
Well, the idea may be to let the free market decide, deregulation, things like that. I think no oversight, of course. I don't know, Dave. Ultimately, I don't know what is the factor that unites all of these stories. How does this happen? Can't really say with certitude.
Lack of oversight combined with deregulation, combined with so-called free market Republican politics. I mean, we're talking about Ohio and West Virginia and North Carolina and Michigan, as we've been talking about. Republicans react and say, oh, we have to get rid of oversight on just about everything. Just imagine what we would find in this country right now that is harming people's health if we did the oversight we were even supposed to do. Forget about adding oversight. What if the EPA was just properly funded and empowered? Imagine what's going on right now that we have no idea about.
Yeah. Through no fault of your own, you could be living somewhere where the food you eat, the water you drink, and the air you breathe are all poisonous. And that's not the world I want to live in, Dave. But
if you accidentally had a kid and things worked out and you love the kid, you would not want the kid dealing with the dirty water and the dirty air and the pollution.
No lead in my kid's water. That's my rule.